Welcome to our YouTube channel, where we delve into the profound stories of the Bible, exploring their timeless lessons and spiritual insights. Today we journey through the fascinating and powerful narrative of the Ark of God, also known as the Ark of the Covenant. This sacred chest symbolizes God's presence among His people and plays a crucial role in the history of Israel. Join us as we chronologically recount the story of the Ark, from its creation to its significant moments in Israel's history. The Ark of God, also known as the Ark of the Covenant, holds a significant place in the history and theology of ancient Israel. It is not merely a physical object, but a symbol of the divine presence, the covenant between God and His people, and the spiritual journey of the Israelites. To understand its importance fully, we need to delve into the cultural, religious, and historical context in which it was created and used. In the ancient Near East, sacred objects were common in various cultures, often representing the presence and power of deities. The Ark of God, however, was unique in that it was specifically designed according to divine instructions given to Moses. It was not an idol, but a tangible sign of an invisible God. This distinction set the Ark apart from the religious artifacts of surrounding nations. The Ark's primary purpose was to house the tablets of the Ten Commandments, which were the foundational laws given by God to the Israelites. According to Exodus chapter 25, verse 16, God instructed Moses, "And you shall put into the ark the testimony that I shall give you." These tablets represented the covenant between God and Israel, a binding agreement that established the Israelites as God's chosen people with specific obligations and duties. The historical background of the ark begins with the Exodus, the journey of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt to freedom in the Promised Land. This period was marked by significant events, including the giving of the law at Mount Sinai. It was here that God provided detailed instructions for building the tabernacle, a portable sanctuary, and the Ark of the Covenant, as described in Exodus chapter 25, verses 10 to 22. The Ark was constructed during the Israelites' time at Mount Sinai, shortly after their escape from Egypt. It was designed to be portable, reflecting the nomadic lifestyle of the Israelites during their 40 years in the wilderness. According to Exodus chapter 25, verse 12, the ark had rings and poles. "You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it and put them on its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it and 2 rings on the other side of it." This allowed the Levites to carry it as they journeyed. The Ark of God held profound theological significance. It was considered the throne of God on earth, a place where His presence dwelled among His people. The lid of the ark, known as the mercy seat, was flanked by 2 cherubim and was the place where God would meet with Moses and speak with him. As stated in Exodus chapter 25, verse 22, "There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for the people of Israel." This aspect of the ark emphasized God's immanence, His willingness to dwell among His people and guide them directly. It also underscored the holiness of God, as the ark was kept in the most holy place, Holy of Holies, within the tabernacle, where only the high priest could enter once a year on the Day of Atonement. Leviticus chapter 16, verse 2. This separation highlighted the sacredness of God and the need for purity and reverence in approaching Him. The ark was a constant reminder of the covenant between God and Israel. Inside it were the tablets of the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 25, verse 16, a pot of manna, and Aaron's rod that budded, Hebrews chapter 9, verse 4. Each of these items had significant meanings. The tablets represented the law, the manna symbolized God's provision during the wilderness journey, and Aaron's rod was a sign of God's chosen leadership. The presence of the ark during key moments in Israel's history, such as the crossing of the Jordan River, Joshua chapter 3, verse 14, and the fall of Jericho, Joshua chapter 6, verse 2, served as a tangible sign of God's power and faithfulness. It reassured the Israelites of God's constant presence and involvement in their lives, guiding and protecting them. The Ark of God also played a central role in the religious and communal life of Israel. It was carried into battle, symbolizing God's presence and power among the fighting forces. This is evident in several accounts, such as the battle against the Philistines where the Israelites brought the ark into their camp, mistakenly believing it would ensure victory. In worship, the ark was central to the rituals and ceremonies of the tabernacle, and later the temple built by Solomon. It was the focal point of the Day of Atonement, where the high priest would sprinkle blood on the mercy seat to atone for the sins of the people according to Leviticus chapter 16, verse 14. It was the epicenter of Israelite worship, a powerful symbol of God's covenant and a manifestation of His presence among His people. Its construction, journey, and significance are intricately woven into the fabric of Israel's history, offering profound lessons on obedience, faith, and the nature of divine presence. As we continue to explore the narrative of the ark, we will see how it shaped the destiny of the Israelites and their relationship with God, leaving a lasting legacy in biblical history. The construction of the Ark of God begins with a divine mandate given to Moses on Mount Sinai. This sacred task was part of the larger set of instructions for building the tabernacle, the portable sanctuary where God would dwell among the Israelites. The construction of the ark, as detailed in the book of Exodus, reflects the meticulous care and reverence with which it was to be crafted, underscoring its significance in the spiritual life of Israel. The instructions were given directly by God to Moses during his 40 days on Mount Sinai. Exodus chapter 25, verses 10 to 11, records God's command. They shall make an ark of acacia wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, 1 cubit and a half its breadth, and 1 cubit and a half its height. You shall overlay it with pure gold. Inside and outside shall you overlay it, and you shall make on it a molding of gold around it. These specific dimensions and materials highlight the ark's sacred nature. Acacia wood was chosen for its durability and resistance to decay, suitable for an object meant to endure through generations. The gold overlay, both inside and out, signified the ark's holiness and its status as a divine artifact. The gold moldings and ornamental details further emphasized its special purpose. A critical component of the ark was its cover, known as the mercy seat. Exodus chapter 25, verse 17 states, "You shall make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, and 1 cubit and a half its breadth." This solid gold cover was not merely a lid, but a symbolic representation of God's throne on earth. Flanking the mercy seat were 2 cherubim, crafted from hammered gold. Exodus chapter 25, verses 18 to 20 describes them. "And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Of hammered work shall you make them, on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. The cherubim shall spread out their wings above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings, their faces one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubim be." These angelic figures with wings outstretched created a space between them that symbolized the presence of God. The significance of the mercy seat and the cherubim cannot be overstated. Exodus chapter 25, verse 22 explains, "There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for the people of Israel." This verse highlights the mercy seat as the divine meeting point, where God would communicate with Moses, making it a focal point of divine human interaction. The ark was not an empty vessel. It contained items of profound significance. According to Hebrews chapter 9, verse 4, it held the golden pot that had manna, Aaron's rod that budded, and the tablets of the covenant. Each of these items had a unique symbolic meaning and historical importance. The stone tablets, inscribed with the 10 Commandments, were the foundational laws given by God. Exodus chapter 25, verse 16 specifies, "And you shall put into the ark the testimony that I shall give you." These commandments represented the covenant between God and Israel, a perpetual reminder of their relationship and the divine laws they were to follow. Each chapter in the ark's journey underscores profound spiritual lessons. The fall of Jericho, for instance, demonstrates the potency of unwavering faith and obedience in fulfilling God's promises, while its capture by the Philistines serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of treating sacred symbols superficially. The story of the ark's capture and return continues to speak to us today. It challenges us to examine our own attitudes towards God and His commands. Are we truly seeking to honor and obey Him, or are we treating Him as a mere means to an end? Are we approaching Him with reverence and awe, or are we taking His presence for granted? Do we genuinely love Him, or we are just there for the things we think we can get out of our relationship with Him? Moreover, the ark's ultimate placement in the temple, built by Solomon, signifies the establishment of Jerusalem as the spiritual center of Israel, where God's presence dwelt among His people. The dedication of the temple, marked by God's glory filling the sanctuary, affirmed His acceptance of Israel's worship and His ongoing covenant with them. As we reflect on the ark's story, we are reminded of timeless truths about God's character and His expectations of His people. It challenges us to seek genuine faith and obedience, rather than relying on rituals or symbols alone, which may derail one if not properly examined. The ark serves as a profound symbol of God's enduring presence and His faithfulness to His promises, encouraging us to trust in His guidance and sovereignty in our own lives. The Ark of God stands not only as a historical artifact, but as a spiritual emblem of God's covenant with His people, a covenant rooted in love, justice, and mercy. Its journey through Israel's history continues to inspire faith and reverence, urging us to honor God in all aspects of our lives. May we, like the Israelites of old, seek to keep God at the center of our hearts and actions, trusting in His unfailing presence and guidance. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this story enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more biblical narratives and spiritual insights. If you have a question or a contribution, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Until next time, may God's presence be with you always.